Bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
And here we are. Right, we gotta go. Well, we got dressed. Now we gotta go and speak to the Chamberlain. So I hope you're all hope you're all well. We are finally back with Witcher 3. Oh, Barbara's there. I wonder if we can actually have anything else done.
I have no time. Be so kind and do not disturb.
All right then.
And they say clothes do not make the man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
It's the nicest one that I've got. I didn't like the others.
A studded doublet and a sword on my back, that's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes.
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
Confirm away.
Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
But actually do it. Let's do this one instead. Let's do it instead.
Please, this is neither the time nor the place for such antics. The gentleman will watch carefully. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
Let's just do what I want.
Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings. Come with me. The gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect. Imgrimi et art ketzer. Duiven aden in kan eb marvut. Emir var emreis.
Bow.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep do orde.
Velian namen, wat gern favort. I thought you bowed before no man.
Didn't want to disappoint the Chamberlain. We're friends. Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cirilla, she's returned. And she's in danger. The Wild Hunt pursues her. You will find her and bring her to me.
Are you sure? Ciri left. Went far, far away.
Do you believe I drag you here in the middle of a war to discuss a rumor?
I think anyone can be wrong, even an emperor.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be. I haven't the time to convince you, nor the desire, in fact. Yennefer will do that after the audience.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
Generosity for those whose homes your armies have razed. I'll do it for Ciri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
Follow me, if the gentleman pleases. Please keep close. There are many honorable guests in the palace, whom the gentleman
Disgusts.
need not bother.
Well, we're not wrong. We will discuss them. They don't like us.
In the morning, and it's past noon.
Oh,
What? Do you know who you're talking to, soldier? I'm Herivard the Second, Prince of Elander. Although am I made to wait here like a supplicant.
I talk to him.
Mind if I interrupt?
Why not join in instead?
We're discussing neutrality. How difficult it is to preserve.
Always worth trying, yeah.
Still worth trying.
Because?
Because there are few causes worth serving, even fewer men. Enough about that. Mind if we change the subject? So, talk to the Emperor.
Why did you summon him?
So not even you know.
No. But I wager it's an ordinary witch's contract.
Some werebubs. See ya.
Soon, mind you.
Twin hart verkleed weer. Is het weer wat kinderhand?
Er zo wat, ja.
Is maar streek met fantastisch. Yes, pen is queen.
Oh, hang on. Let me check some of these, please. I'm gathering the plants. Might as well.
The Emperor shall guide us straight to not.
They're about me. I'm just collecting plants.
The gentleman will...
I'm coming. I was collecting plants. Give me a minute, mate. God. Thought we were friends.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Okay.
Well sharpened yet. Yes? Then transcribe. True authority in Novigrad is not the city council or the merchants' guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire and the criminal underworld. At times it is difficult to
Have a look
tell
around while I
from
can.
the other. They both display a similar ruthlessness and cynicism.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
You know what? I'll write the report myself. You'll need only prepare a clean draft. In triplicate.
Well, it doesn't say steal, does it? So, it's looting. Right, talk to him. Knock his book out of his hand.
Vedimi, directly under the northern.
Ooh, another book.
Shame I have no time.
Betrayal of the elder races. Okay, let's read it. What is a non-human? The answer is simple. As the very name suggests, it is something which resembles and yet nevertheless is not a human. Though it walks on two legs, speaks a tongue similar to our own, and dresses in similar attire, it all the same has more in common with base beast than noble man. Dwarves are like moles. They feel best underground and avoid direct sunlight. They like to live in filth, forever smudging themselves in mud and slime. They love everything that can be found within the earth, rocks, metal, minerals of all shapes and colour. It is also said that they're kindred moles. They feed most readily on worms, roaches and other night crawlers. Halflings, for their part, are more reminiscent of gophers, fat, lazy and loud in that typical rodent way. Their minds are filled only with thoughts of food and drink, which they steal from other nobler beasts and greedily squirrel away in their hovels. They are marked by a cruel craftiness. You could be dying of hunger and they would not share a meal with you. You could be howling from poverty and they could be swimming in gold, and yet they would still fleece you to the last crown. You could do nothing but good to them and they would still stab a knife in your back. Elves, in turn, seem related to the birds of prey that dwell in far-off Zeracania. They care most for coloured feathers. They would most readily spend all day staring at their reflections in the water and singing their own praises. They are so awash in self-love that they no longer feel any desire towards members of the opposite sex of their own species. Their appearance, unquestionably pleasant to the eye, is highly misleading, for they are extraordinarily cruel, and any who judge them by looks alone they first dupe and then kill in cold blood. The first proof of this, the so-called Scofftail bandits that claim to fight for freedom, but in truth only long to kill humans. All these vile so-called elder races are, to our great fortune, slowly dying out. Joy fills the heart of every right-thinking man at the thought that his great-grandchildren will never know them. That in their day dwarves, halflings and elves will be mere fairy tale characters used to scare young, impressionable children. It's brutal, isn't it? Oh, I was about to loot another book then.
Geralt, that tunic, you look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
So they're our agents now? My, you've clearly settled in quick.
Geralt, don't twist my words. I know who Emir is. He started this war and its bloodshed. He had my friends killed. But I haven't any other choice. So please, let's not belabor the pros and cons and instead focus on finding Ciri. All right?
Right. Emir said the Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
The Wild Hunt? What could it want from Ciri?
I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do. It must be about her blood. Her gift. As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I prefer not to think about it, really.
So where's Ciri been seen, exactly?
In two places. Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords, secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Okay.
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse? Let's drop it, alright? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Vel and get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback, as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Varatra. That's him over there. And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece. I shall be waiting.
Aww. Retrieve your equipment from the Chamberlain. Can I talk to her some more, learn anything else?
Yes?
Where's she going? Okay, going for a ball. Letter to Yennefer. Read. Yennefer, my dear friend. Thank you for your letter. Forgive me for not answering your earlier attempts to reach me via Megascope. I'm trying to limit my magic communication to the absolute minimum. One never knows who's listening, don't you agree? I'm delighted you have found a position at our gracious Emperor's court and wish you the best of luck in the search of his daughter. It is good to know that Emphia's intentions for her become more... how shall I put it? Mundane. Perhaps in these circumstances an agreement regarding the lodge will provide possible after all. In response to your first question, I can still beyond all doubt that Ciri has not appeared anywhere south of the Yaruga. Believe me, I could recognise her magic signature in my sleep. I have not had any contact with Triss for a long time. I only know that things in Novigrad have taken an ill turn. She mentioned something earlier about fleeing to Kavir, but I'm afraid that in the current political climate that amounts to an impossible daydream. I'll probably still be able to join you in Vizima. First, however, I must take care of some unfortunate yet urgent matters in Beauclair. With my fondest regards, Frigilla Vigo. P.S. Thank you for the news about Geralt. He always seems to land on his feet, doesn't he? Oh! More books to read. Oh, you know I'm reading this. I need to find more of the lore. Royal lineages of the North. Cirilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon. Born in 1251, heiress to the throne of Sintra, Princess of Bruges and Duchess of Sodden, heiress to Innes Ardskellig and Innes Askellig and suzerain of Arta and Arbiera, daughter of Pavetta, see Pavetta Fiona Ellen, and the urchin of Elrenald, see Emphia van Emrys, granddaughter of the famous lioness of Sintra, Queen Calanth, see Calanth Fiona Rion. Shipwreck occurred during a journey from Sintra to Skellig, which took the lives of the urchin and Pavetta. Cirilla's further upbringing was then entrusted to her grandfather. In 1260, afraid of the looming Nilfgaardian threat, Queen Calanth sent Cirilla to the court of King Everil, see Everil of Verden, where the heiress of Sintra was to marry the heir to the throne of Verden. Prince Kistrin said Kistrin of Verden, though allying with Verden and gaining the aid of that realm's army was at the time Calanth's top priority. No marriage ever occurred, and Cirilla returned to her grandmother's court. In 1262, during the so-called Sintra massacre, Cirilla went missing. Ooh, any more? The Wild Hunt. Then we get to find about these. They've butchered. They absolutely butchered the people that were with us. From farmers and herdsmen, milkmaids and midwives, all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of a wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The Wild Hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise when it is sighted, and all grows cold. Though the sun shone bright moments before, some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter, and claim the riders come always in winter. But nay, this is not so. The hub brings its own ice. death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes. Yet evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captive, youths most often in the prime of their wilding years. With 10 to 20 summit behind them, the hunt rushes in and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what passed in the time between. Oh, so they don't kill them. Sword for witches. Who are the hunters, you ask? Folk like you and yours, I replied, the decent kind, haters of lies, doers of good, the kind who live according to the gods' laws and nature's laws too. Those disgusted by the machinations of witches, magicers and non-humans. All that separates us from common folk is that we've the courage to take up arms, to defend our lands from evil, to slice out the gangrene that eats us from within. We haven't a leader, we haven't forts or lands, though God-bearing Radovid supports us with his gold at times. We've not sworn him, nor any ruler any oath. We serve only the eternal fire, and we listen only to our own conscience. I think we've read this, but I'll finish it. Who can join us? Any who is right of soul and sound of body. You can find us in every larger city of the north. We will give you board, lodging, and a weapon. We will explain how to spot the telltale signs of evil, birthmarks in strange and arcane shapes, smooth skin on a matron aged more than 30 springs, and black cats kept in the yard, to name but a few. We will show you how to defend yourself from witchcraft, how to tame and snuff out magic elements with Demeritium. We'll instruct you how to squeeze the sinner's darkest secrets out of them with a hot iron, and how to grant them cleansing death with the help of sacred fire. Yeah, we already read that one, but at least it gives us a chance to read it if we didn't before. Anything else? I'll have to extinguish, isn't it? Is there anything else to read? Anything over here? Loot? Collective verse of Gonzalo de Versio. Okay? Love. To love is to build a house of cards or play a game of chess, but one wrong word or ill thought move and you must start it all afresh. Tide. Whenever I watch the tide recede, cold cars of fear grip around my heart. Will the seas sneak back calm and sure in the dark of night as they have before, or will they stay on distant shores, leaving crushed shells and washed up dreams as memory of serfs of yore? Loot. I'll loot what I can. The last wish. Human life requires three things for its subsistence: food, drink, and gossip. It is thus no wonder that no matter where I travel, be it icebound, Povis, or even green to Saint, everyone asks me about the passions that bind Geralt and the sorceress Yennefer at Vengerberg. As a man both cautious and discreet, I refuse to betray their secrets, with one important exception. The history of their first encounter is so extraordinary, so romantic and moving, that it would be a veritable crime to hide its light beneath a bushel basket. Indeed, had I not witnessed these events in person, I would never believe there was room in our grim and dark world for such fantastic marvels. It all began when Geralt and I were feeling a bit peckish, and unburdened by heavy coin pouches, decided to fish our supper at the lake. No bites were to be had, but we did not leave empty-handed. My hook snagged quite a lovely little pot. Oblivious to my friend's warnings, I opened it, and in doing so freed a powerful Dijin. Without giving it much thought, I set about proclaiming my wishes before I could get to free. However, the Dijin, irritated, seeing now in hindsight at being issued demands so soon after waking, began to throttle me. Geralt was able to drive him off, but I was left in a sorry state. I acted. The Witcher told me later, as though under the influence of some curse. Clearly, the help of an expert in the magic arcana would be needed. It was our good fortune that Yennefer of Vengerberg happened to be staying in a nearby village. Geralt went to her to ask that she heal his best friend, who happened also to be the brightest star in the North's poetic firmament. Yennefer, however, was more interested in the Dijin, which she wanted to trap into magic servitude, than in its victim, and it should be said played the Witcher like a well-strung mandolin, yet, rather than grow angry at being used in such a calculating manner, he fell white, head over muddy boots in love with her. What happened then? Well, I won't go into details, suffice to say that Yennefer's plans hardly delighted the Djinn. Without his cooperation, she proved unable to tame it. The sorceress would surely have met a tragic end and taken all of Rind along with her, had Geralt not rushed to her rescue for once. He did not need to draw either of his blades to send the Djinn packing. He had but to pronounce the third and final wish. He could have asked for anything, wealth, fame, power, but instead he asked the Djinn to bind his fate to that of the arrogant yet intriguing sorceress from Vengerberg. Wow. So they are bound. That's cool. We've already read that one, so I'm not going to read it again. Oh, hang on. Let me loot these first. Diagram Hunter's Gauntlets. Formula Victory, okay. Nine-tailed Vixen, still sure. Oh. There we go, letter. My dear friend, if you're reading this, it means you found the chest I mentioned in my previous letter. You'll be pleased to know its contents belong to you. After I spoke with the Emperor regarding additional resources to aid in your quest, he was willing to part with these items from his personal collection, although he was stubbornly cryptic regarding their origins. He did mention they were diplomatic gifts from distant kingdoms. The tiger armor is specifically designed to suit a Western ruler, obviously Emir in this case, was forged in the ancient style of a blacksmith who stole the secret of his construction from their gods, also the legend goes. The swords, to my eye, resemble a Redanian sabre, though I'm no expert. These blades supposedly once belonged to a hero of myth and mystery. The man forged a pact with a vixen spirit, and through her blessing was granted the ability to slay the monsters that had long plagued his village. As you'll notice, he carried both a steel and a silver sword, a fact I thought might pique your interest. Unfortunately, legends are all I can offer. As said, Emir was stingy with his details, even more so than usual. It's a shame because I must admit I haven't the faintest idea where they might originate. That being said, I do believe Zeracania and Afia can safely be ruled out. Dear friend, I trust you will appreciate my efforts to help. All these gifts as you see fit. I'm not hating your search for that which we have lost, your friend Yennefer. Cool. This is what I was going to loot earlier. Ah, I thought it was a book. Okay, so now. Can I speak to him?
Ambassador Varatra, Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events. The war.
It's from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirn was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoy, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of two weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
What about Kavir?
Kavir values its neutrality, enough not to lend its armies, or more importantly, even its coin to either side. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir Var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse. This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. we've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron. I advise you well. Avoid him.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the Free City still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships, and Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants. I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
What's new in Skellige?
Nothing. The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Okay, so we've learned quite a lot from that.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
Move out my way. Retrieve the equipment from the Chamberlain. Let's go. Hold on. What else did we pick up? That equipment. Oh, we can't actually do anything yet. Character. Okay, we leveled up. Okay, which one? Select mutagens tab. Okay. Choose mutant in the place in this slot. Okay. What's that one? Vitality. Vitality. They're both vitality. Noon Wraith. Do Noon Wraith. Okay. Okay. Okay, the more that match, the better I can use. Okay. That's cool. What do I want to level up? Muscle memory. Next level, fast attack damages. Oh, no, go back. Signs. Can I do any of the different ones? Far-reaching Ard. Increases Ard range. Damage dealt. Melt armor. That's pretty cool. Sustain glyphs. What's that one? Exploding shield. Ooh. Delusion. Target does not move towards Geralt while he's casting. Okay, that's not too bad at the moment. Alchemy, let's have a look. What else we got to unlock? Increases potion overdose threshold. All applies to blades. Time. Quite tolerant. Frenzy. I don't care about that too much. General. During the day, vitality regenerates by an additional 10 points per second when not in combat. At night, stamina regenerates by an additional 1 point. We've got survival instinct. Cat skull. Each piece of light armor increases. Medium. Heavy. I'm not going to do that yet because I'm not sure what armor I'm going to go with. Increases maximum toxicity. Adrenaline. More adrenaline, what's that one? Stamina. What's this one? I can't really do anything else. I'm going to leave the point for now because I'm not sure what I actually want to go with.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
Who's that waving something around? I got travel to Valin. No, she's not important.
Hail, Kerzer!
Oh, hang on. Talk to him.
Is it true?
A Gwent player? No, I don't want to play yet.
See you.
Not in this episode. Maybe in the next one we'll play these people. Oh, hang on, there's something else. Are we just him being a Gwent player? Okay. Continent, Valin. Open the map, give region move cursor. Valin. Open region map. Oh, Hangman's Tree. Travel there then?
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
Five days later, wow. Go to the inn at the crossroads. Wolves over there. There we go.
Come on now.
There's a notice board here. Let's have a look. In lonely woods screams carry long, shadows creep fire in deep dark dale. Beware ye, then the groves wild sung, or in the wild will end your tale. Plea. Kind folk, for lack of better fare I fed my young uns pancakes made of ground of corn. The poor tykes are lying on the straw for 3 days since their bellies growling something awful, getting sick and crying without end. If you know how to help, come to my hut. I've naught to give in return but a warm word and a prayer of thanks. To whomever has eyes to read, t'other day our fallible died, with no means to bury him properly, not a white shirt in the house, nor cloth for a shroud, nor planks for a coffin. There's aught you can spare, help, please. If we don't send him off to the next world proper like, he'll haunt us in revenge. Watch what you say, the trees have ears, a kind stranger. Consider yourself informed. Every man producing a milk cow is obliged to bring it to Crow's Perch afore the week's end. After that we find a cow in any man's yard, it'll be filthy lashes on the spot. To the man, not the cow. Take all the goods of his we can carry. Anyone reporting a man hiding a cow will get a sack of grain as a reward. Missing wife. Good people, take pity and hear my plea. My wife Hannah, she's missing. A few days ago she went into the woods and hasn't yet returned. I'm near at my wits with worry and will pay any price to the man who brings her back to me, or at least tells me where to look for her. Okay. Two side quests we could start doing in the next one. The next video with him. I want to get to the crossroads inn first. We'll finish it there.
Step away. Chaplain's praying, can't you see?
Do not cast mag, brother. All may draw from the well of the eternal fire's grave. Approach, Witcher.
Who's this?
What do you want?
Rejoice, for even a creature as depraved and base in nature as you can serve the glory of the eternal fire. Someone must see to the corpses on the battlefield. Necrophages defile those not already rotting in mass graves. This is not right.
That's to be my good deed for the day?
A handsomely profitable one, I might add. I know your kind don't work for free.
Okay.
All right, I'll take care of it.
This will count amongst your merits. The more good one works in life, the more hallowed things are. Yes, splendid. Here are the holy oils. Dash generously and set alight, understood? I wish it to flare up to the sky, for the glory of the eternal fire and all that.
Once I've incinerated the bodies, where'll I find you?
I shall be near the bridge to Novigrad.
Okay, so we got another side quest to do. I'll just pick. I don't mind doing that at some point. Hang on, what's this?
Go, go.
Hang on.
Unbind me before the next ones come.
When they come, I'll tend to them. Meanwhile, let's you and me chat. Like to know who I'm untying.
John Verdon. Served in the 10th Maribor Division.
Long way from your army.
The army don't exist no more. Black One smashed it to bits. I scarpered off into the woods just before that happened. Joined a group of refugees. Fucking bursting with patriotism they were. Soon as they learned I'd abandoned Temeria in her hour of need, they beat me down. Tied me up like a turkey, left me to the drowners.
I'll untie him.
Fine, I'll help.
Oh, thanks. For a minute there, I was almost sure you'd leave me to die.
Not that heartless.
I'd like to thank you somehow, but I've not a chip crown to my name.
Tough. I'll take the loss.
Thanks, Witcher. May you prosper on the path.
And you. Okay, so that's been another good deed.
Busy, man.
Are they going?
Be gone! This has naught to do with you.
Leave this place.
Oh, what you doing? Oh, we got another boat here. To whoever has eyes to read, to other our father died, with no means to bury him properly, what shirt, but okay, we've already read that one. You'll buy your drinks at the inn of the crossroads if Novigrad count or take another coin. We don't do tabs either, nor exchanges, save for eat or drink. If anyone doesn't like that, they can go rut for acorns, okay? Guide wanted. I've need of a man to guide me and my family across the Pontarth. 5 of us in all, me, me wife, 3 young'uns. But there's calm. Not the crying or yelling sort, won't give us away to the soldiers. I'm not rich, but whatever I've got I'll give, and in fact I'll take on debt and go in someone's service. Anything long as it gets me out of Velen. Please, someone hear me. Okay, that's enough one. Consider yourself informed, every man of a... Okay, we already got that one. Missing Mikkel. My true-born brother Mikkel is missing. Anyone who finds him, or at least find out what fate has met him, will be generously rewarded, and I'll slip a good word to the Baron about you as well. So we found quite a few side quests. I'll have a look at them in the next one. For now, let's talk to these.
Looking for a man. Goes by Hendrik.
What do you want with him?
Want to talk to him.
What about?
Give me a bottle of something strong.
Uh-oh.
You gotta go. I'll open the back way for you.
Got company. Who is it?
Innkeep, vodka.
Who's this?
Brave warrior, looks like. Got 2 swords, see?
Oi, grey boy. What's the point of having 2 swords?
Wonder if he keeps an extra prick in his trousers too.
You fucking deaf? Gonna say who you are? Or do I need to loosen your tongue with me knife?
How about I buy everybody around?
Why would you?
Got the coin for it. Simple as that.
I don't drink with strangers.
We share around, won't be strangers anymore. Then we go our separate ways.
And which way might yours be?
On my way to Novigrad.
City of whores and whoremongers.
To your health. And mine.
Bottoms up.
If you want a rest, come with me. Or the bench you can use.
I step in the hut, and there's the bumpkin with what looks like his son. That's on the pretty side.
See, they ain't causing trouble with me. They've been fine since I've had a drink, so we'll just chill. Okay, we go.
Thanks for not starting a row with those swine.
I don't generally poke my nose in other people's business.
Looking to stay the night?
No. I'm looking for Hendrik.
Man lives in Heatherton.
Don't know where that is.
Other side of the hill. Looked that away this morning, saw a strange glow. Imperials on the raid, perhaps. But who knows?
Anything else you can tell me about Hendrik?
Odd fellow. Arrived from who knows where and for no apparent reason. Shacked up with a widow whose husband was stabbed for a scrap of bread.
Baron's men don't like strangers.
Aye, he stays out of their way. Always seems to know when they're coming. Always manages to disappear.
Thanks,
Heatherton. I am going to finish this one here, though, guys. In the next one, we will head to Heatherton and do that, because we have also got side quests, but I want to continue the main story a little bit, and then maybe we'll start doing side quests. We'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care.